Second Acts podcast. Each week, we'll chop it up with the NFL's biggest legends about how they're thriving in their post-NFL second acts. Catch the NFL Players Second Acts podcast with me, Peanut Tillman. And me, Roman Harper, on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcast.
You've got advanced prostate cancer, but you're not waiting around. You want straight talk, the facts about Orgovyx.
Orgovyx Relugolix 120 milligram prescription tablets is a treatment for adults with advanced prostate cancer. Fact: Orgovyx is a different kind of androgen deprivation therapy treatment, a pill, not an injection. Orgovyx may cause serious side effects, including a heart condition called QT prolongation. Tell your doctor right away if you feel dizzy, faint, have a racing or pounding heart, or chest pain. Orgovyx can cause harm to an unborn baby or miscarriage. Use birth control during treatment and for 2 weeks after Orgovyx treatment. The most common side effects include hot flushes, increased blood sugar and blood fat levels, muscle and joint pain, decreased blood hemoglobin levels, increased liver enzymes, tiredness, constipation, and diarrhea. Other side effects include weight gain, decreased sex drive, and erectile function problems. Orgovyx may cause infertility. Talk to your doctor if infertility is a concern for you.
Go with Orgovyx. Ask your doctor. For more facts, visit gowiththefacts.com.
From the Ingles studios, this is ESPN Asheville, WPEK, W225CJ Fairview, WMXF Waynesville, and iHeart radio station.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Doug Brown. Jacques Vaughn is now officially the head coach of the Brooklyn Nets. ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski reports he'll get a 2-year deal. Vaughn's been the interim coach since Steve Nash was fired last week, and the Nets backed away from hiring suspended Celtics coach Ime Udoka. ESPN's Nick Friedel.
I do think they'll give Jacques a chance to be the guy and try to put together a winning year, but Ime was really well liked during his time as an assistant in Brooklyn.
Nick Friedel on Barton Hahn. Dusty Baker will be back next season as manager of the World Series champion Astros. He signs a new 1-year deal. Baker won a world title as a player with the Dodgers 41 years ago and now has his first as a manager. Bills quarterback Josh Allen did not practice today with his right elbow injury. Allen's status still uncertain for Sunday's game against the Vikings. If he can't play, Case Keenum will get the start.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all of your car care needs. We're close, convenient, and known for our guaranteed everyday low prices and excellent customer service from professional parts people you can trust. Stop by your local O'Reilly Auto Parts today. O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices every day.
Now, your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Grand. That's grand. Enter it now.
Log on now to ESPNAVL.com. And good luck from ESPN Asheville.
In the heart of Beer City, USA. 2 men, 1 journey to create a sports show unlike any other. Unfiltered, raw, and honest. One of them played a soccer goalie opposite Ben Stiller. The other once scored 6 points on Steph Curry. These guys know their shit. Let's go! Tank Spencer, Jeremy Greene, the Sportsocracy. Presented by Ingles Supermarkets. Low prices, love the savings. And Fred Anderson Nissan of Asheville.
And welcome into the Sportsocracy here on ESPN Asheville 92.9 FM, 880 AM, 1400 for those out in Haywood County. And, of course, you can hear us everywhere. Take us with you everywhere you go on the iHeartRadio app. It is the Sportsocracy coming to you live from the Ingles studio. And if our voices aren't enough, remember, you can see our beautiful faces on the YouTubes. Just go to thesportsocracy.com, click on the live video link.
Do you have to put the S on the end of YouTube every time you say it?
I do.
You're like an older person with the Walmarts.
Exactly. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you can join us in the chat each and every day. It is Hump Day here in the Sportsocracy. And we've got, do you have any gambling picks to make tonight?
I do, because I made 3 last night, but somehow I picked a game that's tonight.
Oh, okay. All right, so we'll revisit your pick for tonight.
Well, here's the thing. I didn't just throw this out there. 4-1 in Maction so far. Let's go.
Heck yeah.
Let's go.
There you go.
Got something right last night.
Degenerate gamblers unite.
Might have been a little misinformed about a wave, but, tsunami.
Yeah.
Or like a dribble.
It's just the red trickle. That's all you got.
It is what it is.
It is indeed. Happy day after to everyone.
Yeah, no more political ads.
Thank the Lord for that.
I think I'm going to make some just for this show. Like, just for people that miss them.
Okay. I don't know who those people are. But
I don't either. I don't know who those people are either, but I feel like they're out there somewhere.
It could work. It could work. Welcome, everybody, into the program. And let's start off the day with the opening drive. As always, the opening drive brought to you by Fred Anderson Nissan of Asheville. Jeremy's got that nice, sleek-looking car out in the parking lot. It's been driving the, what is it? It's an Altima?
Altima.
The Altima.
Fully loaded SL, all the bells and whistles.
See, I'm not a car guy, but I am a big fan of looking at the cars.
Oh, yeah.
And that's a hell of a machine you got.
Oh, yeah. And I don't usually like white cars, but I like this one.
Also, of course, it sits right next to my 2017 certified pre-owned vehicle that I got from Fred Anderson Nissan of Asheville. Go to 629 Brevard Road, and they'll hook you up. Just mention our name, and if you got a trade-in, they'll give you $250 on top of your trade, whatever your trade-in is worth, just for mentioning the Sportsocracy at Fred Anderson Nissan of Asheville. Yep, the votes have all been counted. And, well, obviously we're not talking about the election last night. The votes have all been counted, and there's one overall winner.
And a horrible song.
The Georgia Bulldogs, number 1 in the country once again. We'll talk about the college football playoff poll. Did they get it right? TCU's in the top 4.
Well, they had the top 5 exactly how I said it would be, so I'm going to go out on a limb and say, yeah, they got it right.
You think they got it right? I don't know that they did. But we'll talk about that coming up in the first hour of the program here. Also, the Indianapolis Colts making some waves. Jim Irsay.
Jim Irsay's doing stuff. He's doing stuff.
He's doing stuff. Next coach fired. Next coach hired in the NFL. We'll get into that as well. Plus, we'll talk about the Heisman watch. It was not a good week this past week for some of the Heisman front runners. Today's daily draft. We will revisit drafting the Heisman candidates for the year. We got to update.
I mean, and look, the thing about the Heisman, the reason we want to do this again, you practically have to have a big November, and I could argue there's about 9 guys still left that have a chance.
Mm-hmm. That's a lot. Usually it's a 2-man race by now, but it's a wide-open year in college football. Obviously, some of the mainstays in the college football playoff being shuffled off into the abyss, basically. So you got playoff talk, Heisman talk, as well as Josh Allen update coming up later on in the program, as well as Jeremy's banger from Maction tonight in college football. So let's get into it here. The College Football Playoff Committee released their second ranking of the season last night, and the Georgia Bulldogs back to number 1. Nobody is surprised by that. Georgia's undefeated. They have the best win in the country now over the Tennessee Volunteers. Dominating performance last weekend. You've got 4 undefeated teams left, and nobody's shocked that they're all in the top 4. Or are they? I don't know. I feel like Tennessee, they have, 3 of the best wins in the country and the best loss in the country, along with, Oregon, but that was not a good loss. That was a very bad loss to open up the season. I don't know. I mean,
does it not tell you everything you need to know that Oregon's 6?
Oh, absolutely.
And does that not really put this in? And you have a 2-loss LSU at 7.
Mm-hmm.
Man, if they had only made that extra point against Florida State.
Oh.
Not to just, but that's where you're at.
Absolutely.
There are 5 teams that can make the playoff.
It's
only 5. Tennessee's not losing another game. And this is what the committee does this every year, and people freak out about it. It's the path of least resistance. You know one of those 2 Big Ten teams is going to lose.
Mm-hmm.
I would argue they both should be able to withstand the loss because I think they should both be in.
It depends on how that game goes, though. I mean, if one of them
Does
boat
it,
races
though?
the other one, then I don't know. I mean, I don't.
Let me
see
ask
a path
yourself
for them
this
making
question:
it.
Michigan just lambastes Ohio State because I now do find that to be the more likely of the 2 scenarios. You putting in TCU over them?
Over Ohio State?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not, and it's not even close.
If TCU's undefeated,
I don't care if they're undefeated.
I don't.
You
feel
played
like there's a way.
Tarleton State. I don't care if you're undefeated. There is absolutely nothing that is going to preclude this from being Georgia, Ohio State, Michigan, Tennessee. Barring somebody loses something that just doesn't make any sense. Because you don't play anybody else.
Right. I mean,
you would need to have the greatest letdown in the history of time to lose to Mississippi State, Kentucky, or Georgia Tech.
Right.
Tennessee's not losing again.
Or whoever wins the West in the SEC championship. Which probably
I'm not really afraid of you losing to LSU or Ole Miss.
I was going to say, which probably will be LSU. Could be Ole Miss, though. There's still a path for that. LSU loses another game. Ole Miss will be at the top of the SEC West. And I think that becomes an interesting conversation. Ole Miss, they went out. They win the SEC.
Nothing.
They don't get in?
Nothing you can do. Nothing you can do.
Really?
You got boat raced by LSU.
Who's the top 6 team in the country?
Because there's only 5 good teams in the country.
Okay.
That's like saying, hey, we finished 7th. Well, only 8 people ran. So, and one of them actually just fell down.
A 1-loss SEC champion has never not made the playoff.
And I would argue, all right, let's just, first of all, it's not going to happen. But if it did,